Hello YouTube, this is Piper2031, and for this video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of Lego The Simpsons minifigures. This video is also a decoder or a secret cheat to figure out who you have in each blind bag. Now in the past, Lego used to actually put little dots at the bottom, and you would be able to figure out who you had with the decoder. Unfortunately, they stopped doing that. For this series, however, they did bring it back, but unfortunately, most of the decoders don't match up, so you still don't know who you have. For this video, I'm going to be showing you a method which is just feeling around to figure out who you do have. So before I start off, I just want to tell you that for each bag I put the name of the character that I think I have in each bag. So I'm also going to be filming this without much editing. So excuse me if I seem a little nervous, because I usually don't talk, and I will try to go as quickly as possible. So this is the box. I usually like to, show the packaging, but since I'm trying to go quickly, I will do each figure one by one. So starting off, I will start with Marge as the first character. Now the secret for this one is her hair. As you can see, it's pretty long, so you're going to have to feel around for something that feels like a berry. And I will open up this character now. I'm using scissors. I also have a pocket knife just in case. For now, I will be using scissors. Hopefully I don't damage anything. And I was correct. There is Marge. At the end of the video, I will show you what each character looks like. So for Marge, clue number one is her hair like that. So that's Marge. Okay, so for Mr. Burns, you know what? I'll leave that there too. For Mr. Burns, he has a pole. So another thing I have to tell you is that when you're going to be doing this, you want to get this box or a picture of it on the internet just to see what each character comes, like their accessory comes with. So for Mr. Burns, he has a little pole right there, or I guess a little piece of nuclear, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's a little pole. So for that, I'll just open it up. Yep, perfect. And I'm correct. Let me see the little nuclear piece. It's right there. So feel around for this. It shouldn't be nice and smooth. And it's a long piece. So that piece, right? Ugh. I'll just put everything back. So that's Mr. Burns. Okay. Next up is Maggie. For Maggie's a little difficult. Her body is just one piece, and there's a little bear. So feel around for her body. It should be a long, like almost not squared like piece. It's like squared at the bottom and then just goes up, so almost like a triangle. So for that, I just want to cut. So clue number one is the body. It's one piece. Clue number two is her hair, and I'm correct. Wow, all right. So here's her hair. This is her body. And clue number three is a little teddy bear. Very cute. Yeah. So that's Mr. Burns' teddy bear, actually. Alright, so that's Maggie. Now Lisa now. For Lisa, over here you can see that she has a saxophone. So feel around for a character that has something that's similar in the shape of a saxophone. So I'll just open this up now. And I'm correct. Alright. There's a saxophone. And another clue is their hair. Once you feel around for something that's similar to a saxophone, you should feel for the hair, which of course has triangles and stuff like that. So that was Lisa. Next is Apu. Apu's a little difficult, but his accessory is the squishy cup. So feel for something that feels like a cup. It should be nice and round. Another person that has a cup is Ned Flanders, but his has a handle. So for Apu, just make sure you have the little what's it called? The squishy cup. So all of these are done without using the decoder that I found online. This is just feeling around, and I'm correct. All right. Let's see the accessory. Yeah, there it is. So that's the cup, or the swishy cup, and that's a poop. I'll also have links to my blog, so just in case you're looking for these accessories, you can just look at them on my blog. Next is Itchy. He's the mouse. For this one, you can see over here he has a little like club. Now I like to call it like a Cheeto for some reason, in the shape of a Cheeto. So just look for something that has like a Cheeto inside. And I'll cut this up. There, perfect, nice and clean. All right, I'm correct. So there you go. This is what I was talking about. His club kind of feels like a Cheeto. Put that aside. Next is Scratchy. Now Scratchy's is easy. You should feel for over here. I'm sorry. He has an axe. So for the axe, you can see it's nice and smooth, and then at the end it has this the sharp piece, right? The metal piece. So, or the head. I'm sorry. You should just feel around, and then you should be able to distinguish the axe. And I'll just cut this up right there. And I'm correct. That's Scratchy. And I'll try to get his axe. There you go. Nice and cute. Okay, so that was Scratchy. Next is Ned Flanders. Oh yeah. So for Ned, you're going to have to feel for the cup with a handle. Once you have that, then you should look for his toolbox, which is like a squared piece with a handle as well. So for that, I'll just cut. And I'm correct. Next, here's his cup. I love Southpaws, which he's a lefty, of course. And then you have his toolbox. So that was Ned Flanders. Next up is probably the most thought after, or the one that everyone wants to get. I know he's one of my favorites, which is Homer. Now for Homer, let's see. He has a remote, so look for a piece that's like squared, and then it has like a little, it's hollow inside. Once you have that, then you should find the little donut, which is a little small piece. And I'm correct. And I'm very excited because I really wanted this guy. So here's the remote. And it's hollow inside. So it's not squared. This is like a rectangle. So feel for something like this. And then the donut. It's a small piece. So I'll put him away. And I think the one a lot of people also want is Bart. So here's Bart. Now for Bart, you can see that he has a skateboard. So his wheels are going to feel like barbells. So look for something or feel around for something that has barbells. Once you have that, you should feel for the head. The head is spiky, so that should help you distinguish who Bart is. Cut this up. Yes, and I'm correct. And here are the wheels. So feel around for this. And then the head. It's spiky. So I'll put him back. These characters are really amazing, I have to say. Okay. So next up are 3 figures, which I have to show you. Because these, for me, are one of the most difficult to find, or to distinguish, actually, when you're looking for these from just feeling around, right? All right. So one thing I have to tell you is that the children, or the shorter characters, their feet don't bend. So you can see over here. This is Bart's legs. His legs don't bend. And then this is Homer. His legs bend. So that's one thing to distinguish between a younger or an older character, or an adult and a child. Okay, so for that, I have to say that Milhouse, Grandpa, and let's see, where's Ralph? And Ralph. They can all be distinguished because they bring a little squared piece, which is a magazine or a newspaper, or a card, I guess. Yeah. So feel around for a little piece that's squared. Okay. So once you have those characters, to distinguish Grandpa, you have to feel around for the legs. Now his legs are going to be the only ones that bend. So I'll open this guy up now. And I'm really praying that I'm correct, which I am. All right. So I'll show you first of all, the squared piece. This is what you're trying to feel. And then his legs. And you guys will have to excuse me because my video will cut off every once in a while, either the battery or the memory. But anyways, I'll reiterate what I just said, which is for Grandpa, feel around for legs that bend and the squared little piece. So I was correct on that one. Next is Milhouse. So for Milhouse, you can see his head is like, it's awkward, it's not perfect. And then Ralph, his head is nice and circular. So for Milhouse, I'll start off with Milhouse. So once again, for Milhouse, you're looking for the squared piece, which is a comic book actually, not a magazine. Then his legs don't bend. And third, you're looking for a head that's kind of not perfect, not circular. And let's hope that I have him. Yeah, I'm perfect. All right. So let's see. So the magazine or the comic book is squared. The legs don't bend, and his head has different shapes, you know. So I'll put this guy back inside. Now Ralph. All right, this is Ralph. So this is my moment of truth for me because hopefully I'm right. For Ralph, you're looking for the magazine, the legs that don't bend, and his distinguishing feature is a perfectly round head. And perfect. All right. Oops. So this is his head. Obviously, it does have a nose and indents of like his smile and stuff, and then his ears and stuff. So, but I mean, this back piece is nice and nice and smooth. So that's Ralph. So I'm very happy that these 3 I was able to get perfect. Next up is Nelson. Not too much of a fan of Nelson, but I would have preferred another character, but since I am collecting the whole series of the Lego Simpsons characters, I had to get him. Yikes. And I was correct. For Nelson, you want to feel for this bat over here. Now the bat is going to feel smooth on one side, and then you're going to have these ridges for the bat. So that's Nelson. Okay, now Chief Wiggum. For Chief Wiggum, you can see over here, his head is a different shape from most other characters. There's certain characters you can just distinguish by the head, like Marge. But for Chief Wiggum, you can feel around for the head of the hat that he's wearing. Then, second, you want to feel the baton or the nightstick. And third, you want to feel around for the megaphone or the microphone. And I'll just open this up. And I am correct. Let's see. So here's the head. Hopefully you can see this on the video nice and clear. And then his baton or nightstick for beating up criminals. He should have came with the donut actually. And finally, the last character. Now this one was pretty hard for me to find because he didn't come with a whole bunch of boxes, or he didn't come in a whole bunch of boxes. So I had to look around for this guy, which is Crusty. Crusty was difficult for me, but I'm happy that hopefully I did find him. Now his distinguishing feature is a pie and then his head. So for the pie, you want to feel around for something that's circular. So I'm hoping that I do have him, and I was correct. All right. So I'll show you the pie. Now I was looking for something that he holds on to, but let's see, because it's over here. See that? It kind of looks like he's holding on to something, but he doesn't have that here. Let's see. Yeah. So first of all, you want to look for the pie. And then second, you want to look for his head. His head is going to feel like he has horns on it. So look for something that has horns. So that's Crusty. So now, that's all the characters. And I will be building all these characters up. And I'll show you in a minute what they look like. Okay, so I have now completed building each character, and I'll show you each character one by one. Let me just fix my camera. I'll start off with showing you Mr. Burns. So you can see the little piece of nuclear, the nuclear pole. And then his little bowl with the three-eyed fish. Very nice. So that's Mr. Burns. Next is Marge Simpson. Her long, beautiful hair. Her dress, which I will fix eventually. Then she has a copy of Donut Fancy magazine. So I guess that's 4 characters that actually come with that little squared piece. Beautiful. At the top, she also has a little hole. I guess maybe you could put like a little hat or something in the future. Then we have Maggie Simpson. The body's just one piece, so it's just the body and the head. And then the bear. Next is Lisa Simpson. She also comes with a felt dress piece, just like Marge. Her saxophone. and she has nice pearls. Next is Apu. Apu has a squishy cup. The back. What's this? Itchy or Scratchy? I'm sorry. That's actually Itchy with his club. Of course, he's nicely made. His head is rubber. Back doesn't have a tail. Unlike Scratchy, that does have a tail. And of course, if you're gonna buy the whole set, you might as well just put these guys together. They fight. They fight. They fight. 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 Of course, he has a tail. His head is really nicely molded and sculpted. And then Ned Flanders with a cup in his left hand, of course. His toolbox says property of Ned Flanders. Pretty cool. Next is Homer Simpson. Donut. Delicious little donut right there. He has a remote. And the back of donut of Homer's head. And yeah. Next is Bart. I'll show you a skateboard. So it does work perfect. It does roll. And this is Bart. Short legs that don't bend, of course, because he's a child. But back, he has a slingshot. I really love this little extra that he did on this figure. Really nice. Next is Grandpa Simpson with his magazine, or his newspaper. I'm sorry. Yeah, nicely molded. All these characters look exactly like the cartoon drawing, which is really nice. I know many years ago they never used to do they didn't really care too much about making a character look like a cartoon, but now they do. So that's Grandpa. Next is Milhouse. He has a comic book of Cyclops man who's afraid of talking to girls, which is funny. That's Milhouse. Ralph, which is one of my favorite characters, or used to be. Unfortunately, over time, they stopped using certain characters, but Ralph has always used to be one of my favorites. Still is, I guess, because I just watched the old episodes more than the new ones. And he has his Valentine's Day card. I choose you. Now, just the screen printing or the details of these little accessories it's really amazing. Let me see if I could focus. Really nice. So that's Ralph. Next is Nelson the Bully, of course. Wow. You can tell the difference between the color of the vest and his shorts. It's really nice. But I know I said I didn't like him, but now I just love that he's in my collection. Look at his teeth. Pretty nice. Next up is Chief Wiggum. Unfortunately, his hat you can't remove. It would have been nice, but I guess because the heads are mostly rubber, they preferred to make them look exactly like the character than to add more accessories. The side, the back, very cool character. Yeah. And last is Krusty. Now, I actually thought that he came with a handle, but I was just looking at the illustration, and it's more of a shadow that it kind of looks like he has a handle. So he actually doesn't come with anything to hold on to the pie. So you're going to have to figure out a way to make him hold it. Just, I guess, move the hands closer and stuff like that. Which is a little annoying. I would have preferred him to have, there you go. I would have preferred him to have like a handle and stuff. But Krusty, I'm sure it's going to be a favorite. Alright, so I'll end off with Bart, Homer, one of my favorite characters. So that's it for this video. If you want to follow the links to my blog, you should be able to look at pictures and stuff like that. And I'll be a little bit more detailed about the accessories and how to find these characters. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. And hopefully this video has worked for you guys.